Welcome to week 45 of 52 Weeks of Storytelling. This week's prompt is weirdest memory. We're going to actually dig into the word weird because I'm a word nerd. And I actually looked up the definition of weird. But before we get to that, I would like to tell you about what 52 Weeks of Storytelling is. So 52 Weeks of Storytelling is my way of helping people tell their stories 1 week at a time using this wickedly cool video series. And you can also grab a journal that follows along. I will talk to you about that in a minute. But 52 Weeks of Storytelling really is you can use it as an activity if you are an activities person, if you're a caregiver, if you're an individual and you're looking to write your memoirs. Use the videos and absolutely go for it. I've seen some really incredible essays come out of this. There's people using this all over the world. And I'm sure maybe by the time you're watching this, depending on when you're watching this, so many more people will have used it. So that is what 52 Weeks of Storytelling is. And for the journal, you can find the journal on Amazon as a printed version. Make sure that if you are not in the US, you are in your correct marketplace area to be ordering the journal. As far as I know, it will ship and print in multiple different countries and different marketplaces. For Etsy, that is a PDF printable. So when you purchase it on Etsy, you'll get a download file and you'll have the opportunity to print it. There are a lot of pages, so just keep that in mind. And yeah, that's it on the journal. So for the legacy storytelling method, you'll find the very specifics and details in the journals themselves. You can also watch a video that is linked below for more information on which questions and how the word flows for the storytelling method, which will help you write this page of your story. So for the intro to the weekly writing prompt, let's talk about the word weird. So when I looked, sorry, I'm playing with a binder clip. I need to play with things. So those are some weird things I do. That's what I'm going to talk about. Okay, but let's start with the word weird itself. So the word weird itself has different meanings now than it did originally. And it has different meanings as a noun, as an adjective, and as a verb. And then, of course, as a slang word, it also has different meanings. So what I wanted to share with you here in this video for our purposes is that weird can be anything that made you slightly uncomfortable. So maybe this isn't a good memory, or maybe it's something that is just like outside of your comfort zone and was slightly weird, or it was supernatural, or uncanny is another word that the dictionary used for weird. So those are some different like feelings. So if you think about when you're trying to select which memory or a photo you're trying to pick out or a moment, think about how you felt, and if there was a moment that really like said, I feel weird about this, whether it was from that supernatural thing or something someone did or said, and then using the legacy storytelling method to examine that memory and really figure out why you felt weird. That would be a good why question. Obviously, who you were with. And then, of course, the digging deeper questions. And as I said, check out that other video. It'll walk you through in depth on what I'm talking about. You can also check out previous videos for more information. So that's our intro to the weekly writing prompt. For a story example, I was waffling back and forth about just when I looked at the definition of weird, there's lots of different ones. From the slang perspective, it's really like when you say someone is weird, or if you got weirded out by something. So I have some things that I do that I'm sure that I think is a little weird, but I'm sure other people thought was weird. When I was in high school, I've mostly stopped as an adult. I actually think I did for a long time as an adult too. I would keep a spoon with me. I've since realized later it probably is some other things, but at the time I knew it wasn't normal to keep a spoon in your backpack, and that you like carried around. And I would actually like hold it like this and rub it, or I would even like, I didn't usually in class because then I would get in trouble, but I actually suck on the spoon on lunch or break, usually when I was anxious. So that's something I tend to play with binder clips and clothespins and all sorts of, things like that. So I like clippy clappy things. And I feel like that probably weirded some people out. growing up that I did those things. So that is my weird memory. I was really about myself. I've had some supernatural fun stuff happen, but it never really felt uncomfortable or weird. It felt normal, which is why I'm not including that as a memory. So when you're thinking about these things, it doesn't have to be what society says is weird. I would really encourage you to think about your feelings around how you felt and what was going on for you. And the same goes for when you're talking to someone else. Really dig into how they were actually feeling about something. When we think about what's weird or what's not weird, we're usually tying our own perception of weird to society's perception of weird. And I encourage you wholeheartedly to look past that and see what was actually going on for you. So with that, before I go too far on my soapbox, I hope that you take a moment to write a part of your story, help someone you love tell part of theirs. Check out the journals, subscribe to the channel wherever you are, follow us around on social, and as always, I hope you have an incredibly wonderful day. And until I talk to you again, happy writing.